TGI Friday. Don't drink and drive. Have fun the safe way, man. There's plenty of ways to do it, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Al York Sports Show. I'm gonna wait till the room fills up. Let me just parlay a little bit. I'm just gonna sit back and wait till the room fills up a little bit. You know what I mean? Holly. Man, let me get back with it real quick. Here we go. We back on, baby. Like I said, TGI Friday. Don't drink and drive. Enjoy your weekend, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, Triple H Entertainment, Syndicate Radio TV, and my boy D Beeman, man. Congratulations, D Beeman. Credit fix. Never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. And if any of y'all got anything going on for yourself and you need advertisement, hit me up, man. I'll put you on my 3 platforms and I'll get your work out there ASAP, man. Real talk. I'll get y'all work out there ASAP, man. Let's start real quick. We got another big show today. Noah Parker's going to be on the show. Felix Jacino's going to get on board the Hall of Fame, the MLB, etc. You know how we do on open sessions, y'all. First things first, the LA Lakers in the finals with the Miami Heat. LA won the other day, 116-98. They just look too big and too strong for the Miami Heat. But I'm not going to count the Heat out just thing all over again. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so the Lakers is up 1-0. My boy Noah Parker predicted they was going to win in about 5 games. Suge, I see you, baby. I guess we just gotta work with it, y'all. Whenever we freeze up, we just gotta work with it. If Goran Dragic don't play tonight with Bam Adebayo and the Lakers go up 2-0, this here is gonna be a done deal. Lakers might win in 4 or 5 games. Real talk. Uncle Rondo, I see you, baby. Big series, big game tonight for Miami Heat. They gotta touch the surface. They gotta tie up the series because if they don't, like I said, 2-0 against LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who Anthony Davis haven't smelled a championship ring. It's going to be close to impossible for the Miami Heat to overcome a 2-zip lead. So Miami Heat somehow, some way, got to get this game here tonight. In other news, we're going to the NFL. The Steelers and the Titan game has been postponed due to COVID-19. 11 Titans members have COVID-19. And it's ironic because they played the Minnesota Vikings. It was a lot of grabbing, a lot of touching. And as of right now, the Vikings don't got 1 member with it. So this is kind of crazy unless it's something where they're going to get it in the next few days, which I'm predicting. But as of right now, the Vikings have nobody. The last team the Titans play. And this game it's been canceled. And till October 25th. They're gonna have this game be done all over again, them and the Steelers. And then the actual game with the Steelers and Ravens are going to be pushed back to November 1st. So no bye week for the Pittsburgh Steelers at all. Other news. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight is also getting pushed back. Bob Arum, who's great in what he does, he's saying there's 5 conference football games, 2 NFL games, playoff games, during the fight day. So what he's doing, he's smart. He's going to pull out because he knows this football is going to get all that attention, and that's only going to hurt his fight. So what he's going to do is he's going to have this fight when there's no football, no championship games, no nothing, so the world could tune in on this fight. So smart move by Bob Arum, who's a great businessman. I got nothing but respect for this move he's going to pull off. Other news. This is very important here. This shit I'm about to kick to y'all. Humpty, what's up, baby? Charles Cordero, what's up? We've been freezing up a little bit, so if you see that, work with me. The work will get done. You know how I do, but work with me. It's been freezing up. I don't know if it's Facebook hating or if it's on my side, but we're going to get this done here. Other news, Deontay West, ex-NBA player who suffers from mental illness and addiction, was found in the Dallas area in a gas station, basically panhandling. The news got to Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this was some real gangster shit he did. He didn't send nobody to go get one of his ex-players. He did not send nobody. He asked specifically where this guy was seen at, drove his own car to that specific gas station, and picked up Deontay West, talked him into going into the program, and it's going to pay for everything, whatever bill it is, he's going to take care of that. His concern is to help out one of his ex-players, and I got nothing but respect for Mark Cuban, who went in the ghetto and handled his business. And a lot of owners should follow what this guy just did right here, because this shit right here was the most gangster shit I ever seen by any owner. He went by himself to pick up Deontay West. God bless Deontay West. God bless Mark Cuban. I support you on that move, and I definitely respect you on that move. Okay, guys, in other news, we're going to call my boy Noah Parker right now. We're going to give out the free picks. We're going to get heavy into NBA talk, etc. I advise you guys to stay put. And if I don't call you out, Sister Daisy, I see you, baby. I love you. If I don't get to call you out, work with me, man. Let me get to my boy Noah Parker real quick. Don't go nowhere, y'all. This is the free pick session. You know how we've been doing on the free picks. Give me 1 minute. Okay, here we go. Stay tuned in, y'all. Free picks, y'all. Free picks. Eat off the show. Don't only watch it, benefit from it.
Yo.
Noah Park, I know you ain't sleeping, man.
No, I'm up watching the game.
Okay, that's what it is, baby. The game's about to start right now, as I see, right?
Yep.
Oh, they got Miles Leonard in there. That's another W for the LA Lakers. Your Lakers will be up 2-0. But before we tap in on that, Noah Parker, let me go through last week's picks, and then we're going to go to our picks. Copy?
Go ahead.
Okay, the specialist last week went 0-1. He gave out a parlay with Reyes and Adesanya in UFC. Reyes went down, Adesanya won, which is a loss because it was a parlay. The specialist now from 15-8 plus 10 units is 15-9 plus 8 units. That's how we do on our show. We give everything facts. We give free picks before the show. Ain't no horsing around on my show. We give the games a couple days before, so there's no lying, there's no fronting, no nothing. That's how we do. The dog catcher was 12-14 minus 1.8 units. He gave out the Patriots at -6. That won. The Texans +4 lost. They was up 14-3. Gave that up and lost. And the Ravens, which I like also, got blown out the gate on Monday night. So the dog catcher went 1-2, which brings his record now to 13-16, minus 4.2 units. Now I went yesterday. Last week. I went 1-0. I gave out the Patriots on the teaser, and I bring the Cowboys from 5.5 to 12.5. Both of them cover. Teaser won. Right now I'm 2-1 plus 0.7 units, which means if you're $100 better, you up 70. If you're $1,000 better, you up $700 on just 3 plays. So now we're gonna go to Noah Parker's free picks. Talk to him, Noah.
Well, go to college football.
Whatever you want. Just make sure that you give out the clarity of the pick and what time it's going on for him, more or less. But Flair, I see you, baby.
It's college football tomorrow. West Virginia playing. I don't know what line you got, but I saw 2.5 earlier this morning.
Minus or
I'm
plus?
taking the plus. Plus 2.5. If you can buy the 3, buy the 3. I see West Virginia winning this game outright.
Okay, West Virginia tomorrow plus 2.5 or 3. If you can buy it up to 3, buy it up to 3. Guys, like I said, you got to work with me. The video's freezing for the first time ever. I don't know if it's on Facebook side or on my side, but it never happened. So I'm thinking it's Facebook messing with my thing. But work with me, and I promise you we're going to give you a great show regardless of the fact. Okay, that's pick 1. Go ahead, dog.
I'm going with Lane Kiffin and the Mississippi Bulldogs. Give me Ole Miss plus 7 against Kentucky. They can win that game outright too. I probably sound like a dog catcher with these dogs, but I like both them. I like both these plays. This is more of a bigger dog than the last play. I think they keep it inside the touchdown. Lane Kiffin and the Mississippi Bulldogs.
Okay, so you heard it right there. First pick is the West Virginia Mountaineers plus 2.5, 3. If you got the 3, leave it alone. If you got 2.5, buy that hook. Invest in that hook. Make it 3. And he also likes Ole Miss and Kiffin at plus 7 against Kentucky. Those are Noah Parker's free picks for tomorrow, college football. Now I'm going to give you my NFL teaser like I do every week. We're going to have to run with TB12. I know he's missing a couple of players. It don't matter. He's still going to do enough to win the game. It might be an ugly game, 7-point game. But if you bring the Tampa Bay Bucks from 7 to a pick'em, all they got to do is win by 1 point. That's all he got to do this Sunday is win by a point. And on my back end of that teaser, well, I got to run with the Raiders, man. I know Noah Parker's a big Buffalo Bill fan. Buffalo was up the whole game last week. They could have lost it late. They didn't. I'm not going to say they were lucky because they were up the whole game, but I think they do fall let down. I can actually see the Raiders winning this game here outright. But if you take the Raiders from plus 3 to plus 10, I think it's definitely going to be a touchdown game, no more than that. Take the Las Vegas Raiders plus 7. So here goes your 2-team 7-point teaser. Tampa Bay Bucks down to a pick'em, and the Las Vegas Raiders plus 10. Copy? You got that, Noah?
Yep.
Anything you got to say about that teaser? Because you always got some type of something to say. You got anything to say about that?
No, I'm not a big teaser guy, but those sound like the right side.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, real quick, let's go to a couple of topics. Let's cover a couple of topics. Buck Flair said take the Texans. Blood Fair, you might be right, but I was on that ship last week. They was up 14-3 at Heinz Field and couldn't even cover a plus 4, man. I was very disappointed with the Texans. How you up 11 and you got plus 4 and you can't bring it home to me. So I'm off the Texans, whether they win or not. I'm definitely off of them. But back to Noah Parker. Noah, we're going to go to Doc Rivers. I definitely want to hear your perspective on Doc. I didn't hear your perspective. I'm gonna scan through real fast. They was up 3-1 against the Nuggets. You know the whole story of 16 points every closeout game. He couldn't close out the game. Obviously, somebody from the brass had to go, or a key player had to go. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you're looking at it, it was Glenn Doc Rivers that had to go. Now, my question to you, was that the right decision made if you're the LA Clippers?
Yeah, I think it was, because that's just too big of a mountain that they fell off of. Up 3-1 against a team they're supposed to dominate, and you blow that series, you got to get a change of pace in there. You got to do something, shake something up. You don't want to get rid of your two guns and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Something had to be done. Doc been there since 2011 or 12. He's been there a minute. So, I don't blame Ballmer. I don't blame the Clippers organization for making a move here. He just hasn't got to that next level. So something had to be done. Shake it up a little bit and see what happens. I'm not worried about Doc Rivers like we saw today. He's consistent enough in the regular season to get a job somewhere in the NBA, and he did right away with Philadelphia. So good for Doc that he's able to jump right back in and try to change another team.
Right. Now, I was talking to Tony Brown, I think it was last week, if I'm correct. Definitely has a great regular season record, playoff record. He's like 2 games under 500, and he's got the worst closeout record in basketball, period. I don't have the exact numbers. I gave them out last week. So those who watched last week's show, the exact numbers are there. But he's the worst. Now, is he a bad coach? Not at all. Does he need to tune up a lot of things in what he does? Most definite. I think he got that championship with the Celtics. I think ever since he won that chip, I felt like he hasn't been that same individual for some apparent reason. I felt once he got the chip, he became L.A. Doc, if you know what I mean. It felt like all the grind came out of him once he got that chip. He needs to rediscover that grind, that I need to win a chip. I need to win this. I got to get through the playoff series. He's got to fight that. He's got to find that hunger again because he's looking on the sideline like he's some Pat Riley with like 3-4 rings. And my man, you only got one and you underachieved basically your whole career if you add the playoffs into it. Now, regular season, you that dude. We all know that, Doc. But let me go to my next question so we don't overkill. Okay, you answered the question about moving on. Now, the Philly fit. Do you really think this is the best scenario for the Philadelphia 76ers? If not, who else they could have went to? Holla at me.
I think it's an upgrade from Brett Brown, and that's all they were trying to do. Upgraded from a guy that was coaching the team when they were in last place, and now that he's got all this talent around him, it's easy to coach a team of bums, but you just roll the ball out there. Hey, y'all just go ahead and keep on trusting the process. We're going to keep getting draft picks. Now that he's got all this talent, you got a guy that's coached and played with talent, and Doc Rivers knows how to deal with it. He can deal with the big egos like Joel Embiid if he starts getting, bigger. It's a great scenario from both sides, I think, because they did upgrade to a coach that's been there to the promised land, won it all. And Doc Rivers has even, coached bums when he was at Orlando when he won Coach of the Year back in the late 90s. So he's done it all.
Okay, my question to you, Noah Parker. My question to you. You, Doc Rivers, what's the first thing you do once you go into office, beside, the contract talk, beside what you talking to the owners, the brass? What's the first move you do with the players? Embiid and Simmons have issues. You know that already. That's established. You, Doc Rivers, do you go get Chris Paul? Do you trade Simmons? Do you trade Embiid? Do you try to make them work? Holla at me. What you feeling?
No, I make Tobias Harris, who's a former player of his when he played with the Clippers, who he made Tobias Harris the All-Star. He made Tobias Harris the player that got this big contract when he left Clippers. He knew how to use Tobias Harris. I make him a bigger ship in that offense to play with Embiid and Simmons and work from there, because Tobias Harris seems like he's the guy that's getting all this money and he ain't really putting up no numbers because he wasn't really used in that offense with Brett Brown. Doc Rivers knows how to use him. He had him before. He made him an all-star type player. I implemented him into the offense to make it a better team offense.
Okay, let me go back a little bit. I don't think you really understood my question. I'm talking from the chemistry aspect. The players aspect, I got you. You make perfect sense. But there's no chemistry there, Noah. So you continue with this funny style chemistry? Do you put these guys in a room? You let them fight real quick, get it off their chest? What do you do to make that situation better between Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid? That's my question.
He gonna handle that because he's a coach that knows how to deal with big egos. He's dealt with the Blake Griffins and the Kevin Garnett. He can deal with Embiid and Simmons. I take Simmons out the point guard position, put the 3 or 4 position, get a point guard, a solid vet, maybe somebody that's been there.
Chris Paul, does that sound good enough for you?
Yeah, that's something. You can go ahead and get a veteran like Chris Paul, somebody that's been around the block, that can run the point for that team. I don't think Simmons can run point no more. Put him at 3 or 4, work with Embiid, get Tobias Harris, more in the offense, and they'll be just fine. He's the kind of coach that can deal with these egos because he's dealt with a lot of them over his 20-something year career as coach.
My thing is, I'm very interested if he keeps Ben Simmons. I had one
Yeah,
guy.
he ain't going nowhere. Simmons not going nowhere. Don't worry.
No,
He's
but
not going nowhere.
listen. You ain't even know what I was going to say. You jumping the gun. What I was going to say is, my boy who's from Philly, who really watches the Philadelphia Sixers, he's a big Sixer fan, he's telling me they might move Simmons to the 4. Do you see that happening?
That's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I just said. Take him out the point guard position, put him in the 3 or the 4, because he's 6'10". Put him in that position. He's a beast in the post, and he's athletic. You put him at the 4, have him beat at the 5. People that think Simmons should leave Philly are the same people that think Gary Sanchez should leave the Yankees.
Whatever that means. Okay, so they definitely got to bring in a point guard. Okay, my man Buck Flair just said, what do you think about Oladipo going to them? Does Oladipo fit, or you think they need a pure point guard?
Oladipo, I don't know if you make him the 2, I guess. You can't. I don't think he can run the point. But Harris would be the 3. Oladipo has to pick. That's a lot of money though for the starting 5.
Yeah,
so
don't they got that kid that they got from Miami? What's his name again? The 2 guard. He's not that bad for them.
Richardson.
Yeah, he's not that bad. If you could get like a Chris Paul.
You don't need to go. You don't need Oladipo. You got too many guns if you got Oladipo.
Right. And they definitely need a bench because a couple years ago they had Ilyasova, they had Shemet coming off the bench, and they had Bellinelli coming off the bench. These are all pure shooters. And now you ain't got those shooters coming off the bench. So Doc Rivers he's got his hands full. He's got a great situation that he can definitely just make better. But I hope he makes the right decisions as far as the parts they hired and if anybody they let go. So your final prediction, does Doc get them deep in the playoffs?
I think they do because the East is still weak. There's nobody want to take the holy grail in the East. Boston Celtics can't get past the Eastern Conference Finals. After that, there's really nobody.
How about Brooklyn? They're supposed to come out next year. Don't sleep on Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yeah. We'll see what they do with their head coach, but he has no experience. And the Bucks, I don't even know if Giannis is going to play that next year. So we'll see what happens in the East. But it's up for grabs, and it's a great move for Doc because he can move up quick in the East. But there's no real huge favorite.
Okay, my next question to you: does the Greek Freak stay in Milwaukee? I need Noah Parker's opinion. Gun to the head.
I think he joins the Golden State Warriors next year.
Woo! That's what I first thought. But the more I'm thinking about it, I think if the Miami Heat gets waxed in this series, I think he's not even going to care if, he lost to Miami in the playoffs. Because it's not going to be like a Kevin Durant situation where they were up 3-1 and they could have beat him. You see what I'm saying? This is a whole different dynamic. It's a whole different. They don't got beef. OKC had beef with Dub Nation. They didn't like Dub Nation. That whole thing was totally different. I could see him go to Miami because Adebayo ain't your actual big man. Greek Freak is real tall. He could do it all like a guard and a forward can. But if you look at Greek Freak with his length and his tallness, he could play the center. You put Adebayo at the 4. Now you got a team that got size, unlike what they got now. Copy?
I think you want to spread the 4 and run, though, with Golden State. That's what I think you do.
Right. No, if he goes over there, I'll see another 2-3 championships in the next 5 years. He's just going to have to go through all that media shoot down because they're going to shoot him down. They're going to say he's taking the easy way out. And the way the media is today, that's a concern. That's a concern because the media is all in everybody's faces, man. It's not like back in the days where you have to hear it from other people. You wake up in the morning, you got Stephen A., you got me, you got, all these guys, Shannon Sharp, everybody's telling you a new one. So if he's willing to go through that, then I think he'll go to Golden State. But I don't think he's going to go through that. I think he's going to make a safe decision where they're not really going to try to kill him, and he's just going to live his life. Because I don't think Milwaukee, with that crew they got, is going to get out the Eastern Conference. And now that the Eastern Conference is going to get even tougher, because you're going to have Boston another year in there. You got Brooklyn coming up. You know what I'm saying? You got Miami Heat still there. They still might get another piece. So now the East has gotten tougher. This was the year right here for Milwaukee Bucks to get out, and they didn't. First place, best record in the NBA, lost in a 5-game series, and they should have got swept in the second round. Let's go to other news. Let's go to your game, the LA Laker game. I know you predicted 5 games the Lakers will win it. You got some nice money on it. I don't know why you threw all that money out there. It's so expensive. But do you still think the Lakers finish these guys up in 5?
No, I don't think so anymore. I was confident in that. I thought that he would get 1 game. Now they probably get missing 2 big weapons. Decimated their roster. You got guys like Myers, Leonard, and Kelly Olynyk. They got to step up now. They got no big. I'd be surprised if the Heat win 1 game in the series.
Okay. Yeah, Buck Flair, I did mention that the last time. I wouldn't mind to see him go to Dallas, but I don't think that's realistic. It can happen, but I see more Miami, Golden State, etc. for the Greek Freak. Okay, Noah, back to you. Miami Heat with a full deck had to play a perfect game, multiple games to win this series. Now you got 2 of your best players out, and Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo, and it's going to be close to impossible to these guys to even get a game. Now, you got the extent of the injury. Is it 1 game, 2 game? Is it day-to-day? Educate us.
Yeah, I can't really call. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what
No,
kind
but
of
for
injuries
what
they
you
got.
heard, what are you hearing? I know you're not a doctor, but what are you hearing?
Bam should be back, but Grump is probably out for the series. That's all I heard.
Damn. Well, what is it? His ankle?
Some in his knee or something. Where he landed, I don't know. Even if he did come back, he wouldn't be affected.
Damn, you got free money there, family. No,
I'm
man.
not worried about it at all yet.
Yo, no, man.
I'm glad I got minus 340 is great value compared to what it was supporting today's game. It was minus 4,000 to win the series, which is great value when you compare that to minus 340. 340, 4,000. 340, 4,000. I'm happy with 340.
Well, if that makes you feel better, then I'm with you. But I still think 340 is a high number for a series. But, hey, if you cash out, more power to you. You know, that's how it is. Okay, now let's jump subjects real quick. Noah Parker, I want to touch on the ice. I want to touch on the Vegas Golden Knights. I want you to talk to the people. And basically, was it a successful season in Noah Parker's eyes of the season that the Golden Knights had this year? Holla at us.
It was a failure of a season. They were projected as a favorite to win it all. They were right up there with the Lightning. They got a great goaltender, Robin Leonard. Didn't even make it to the final. To me, that's a failure. As good as the talent they had, they choked and lost to an inferior team in the Dallas Stars who were able to step up to the plate and play better than expected. Huge upset, in my opinion, and a failure of a season for a team that was stacked.
Wow, that's kind of harsh. You just saying it was just a horrible season. I mean, they still had the city. They still had the city of Vegas lit up. No matter what, they always gonna have us lit up. But I understand, especially going to the, you go to the Cup the first year. You go to the Cup.
I'm giving you the raw truth.
Huh?
I'm giving you the raw truth.
No doubt. But what I'm saying, to support what you're saying, once you go to the Cup and then you start going down, it's never going to be a successful season in my book, because you got to at least go back to the Cup and win it. Copy?
Right.
Okay, so we handle that. Now my last and not least, I can't wait to hear you on this. I did my Rushmore. I'm surprising you with this. I didn't mention this to you. I'm going to start from number 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, and then I want you to give your picks to all the people that are turning in, because I know you're going to have a lot of people laughing. I almost can't wait to hear your top 4. But let me give you mine. Copy?
Go ahead.
My number 4, unfortunately, I don't have one guy. I see you, Suge. I see you. I got 4 guys as my number 4. If I had gun in my head, I definitely would give you one. But let me give you the 4 before you ask me gun in the head. Copy?
Go ahead.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal. That'll be my 4. But if you was to tell me gun in my head, I have to go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Copy?
I got it.
I got to go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, you can also throw, my bad. You can also throw Kobe Bryant in there. Kobe Bryant in there also. As my third overall player, I have to fight with this one. Kobe is one of them. So, but I can't give you 2 for number 3 because I gave you so many for number 4. Kobe and this guy right here I'm about to mention, to me is as equivalent as it gets. But I made my decision and I'm going to stick with my decision. I'm taking Irvin Magic Johnson at number 3. I don't care what nobody say. Irvin Magic Johnson, I was able to watch all his games. It's not like I watched him on YouTube or this and that. Kobe was a better scorer, indeed. Better defender, indeed. But I just felt Magic made everybody better as he continued to improve on a daily basis. And Magic was a winner, just like Kobe was a winner. But a lot of people saying Kobe had needed Shaq to win. As you can see, Magic won without Kareem. I mean, Kobe also, but Magic as a rookie played center against the Sixers and tore ass up. So I got Magic at number 3. That's my 3rd pick. My 2nd pick, I'm going with Queen James. Clearly. A lot of people say LeBron James is 3, 4, 8. Some I even heard 9. LeBron James, I got him at number 2. Far distance from Jordan, as a matter of fact. So it's not like he's right next to Jordan. It's a distance behind Jordan. And then, of course, I got Michael Jordan as the GOAT and the best basketball player ever. That's my opinion. Now, give me your 4.
For a guy that got all this emphasis on rings, you don't even mention Bill Russell?
I mean, I had his name right here, but and the other guys is just, to me, they was just better overall. I mean, you could throw Bill in. Listen, you're not going wrong. You're not going wrong by adding Bill. Let's just say that. You're not going wrong. Go ahead.
All you talk about is rings at. So I thought for sure Bill Russell would be in your top 8. Whatever.
I like how you trying to flip that, trying to say Jordan got 6 rings. I like how you trying to throw dirt on that. It ain't only that. Jordan's the best clutch shooter in the game ever. Never hesitated. Always took advantage of it, unlike your boy. But go ahead. Give me your 4.
All right, I'm going to go Magic Johnson, number 4. I'm gonna tie it up, though. I'm gonna have him tied up with number 3. I have 2 number 4. You have 4. I'll just go 2 of them, all right? I'm gonna go 2 number 4s. Tim Duncan and Magic Johnson.
Okay, now Humpty, since you say exactly Noah, I hope you got something to say about what he said. He ain't got your boy Kareem on the list. So if you're going to say exactly Noah, you better holler at him right now, or I'm going to shut up your notification, because you ain't being fair. But go ahead, dog. What up, Jonas? What's up, baby? Go ahead, Noah. So go ahead. Who else you got?
All right. I can't put a top 8 together, but I go Magic Johnson and Tim Duncan, top number 4. I'm going to put, I got to put Kareem, I guess, number 3. Because I think he was a bigger piece than Magic.
Oh, now you changing it, but you didn't say that before.
I'm going number 3, Kareem. I didn't change it up. Number 2,
now you changing it up because I said that Humpty shit, right? Because you know Humpty gonna get at you. That's why.
Hey, we gotta keep the fans happy on the show, bro. We gotta keep the fans happy on the show.
Look at Hump. Hump already came back. But go ahead, dog.
Yeah, you gotta keep the fans happy.
Guys, I want y'all to listen real carefully to his final 2. Whatever you doing, please stop it. Because this guy here is a comedian. Go ahead, dog.
We got Michael Jordan, number 2. We got 6 NBA Finals MVP, 6 NBA titles. You know, he only got six appearances because I don't know what happened in the Eastern Conference Finals a bunch of them other years. But 6 is still pretty good. He failed trying to go to another franchise. He couldn't build a team, you know, with a second
He was
franchise.
like 40-something years old when he went to the Wizards. Cut it out, man.
All right, and then number 1 is LeBron James, who's embarking on his 3rd team to win a championship with, which doesn't happen unless you're Don Sally and you just riding the coattails of other teams.
Robert Ory.
I can't name another player that's been to 10 finals, 8 in a row at one point, dominant as a player, dominant in the playoffs, breaking every record. He's about to break Kareem's record in points in a couple of years. He's top 10 in assists, all-around greatest player of all time.
Well, you know I'm going to challenge that. We only got a few minutes, unfortunately, but you know I'm going to challenge that.
All right, 10
LeBron
finals.
is the greatest.
Listen,
Hold up, man. I'll let you talk. Let me talk, damn it. Let me talk. LeBron James is the greatest player ever in getting to certain places. But finishing, no. LeBron will get you there. LeBron will get the most points. He'll reach that. He'll get you whatever. What is it? Rebounds, assists. He'll reach that. He'll reach maybe 20 NBA seasons. He'll reach the NBA Finals. But he can't close, dog. There's no way you could sport a 3-6 record. That's why I told my man, he has to win this. He has to. Because he can't go 3-7 and be considered the best basketball player ever. It's just not possible. It's not possible. That's why Will Chamberlain, he gets knocked a lot because Will should have done a lot more. He should have been in a lot more chips and won a lot more chips because Will Chamberlain is damn real one of the best players ever also. You see what I'm saying? LeBron is like your greatest runner-up guy. That's why I got him number 2 because he's runner-up to Jordan. He will always be second to Jordan. I don't care what records he break. Because when it was crunch time and the lights were on, like the lights are on me right now, he did not deliver. He did not deliver. And I'm going to leave it like that, dog. Any finishing words before I get to my next caller, bro?
Let me know when Jordan beats the team where he's an underdog, like LeBron did going up against 4 Hall of Famers in the Warriors.
So Jordan never played Hall of Famers. So what was the Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boys? What was them in your book? What was the Boston Celtics in your book? What was the Los Angeles Lakers in your book? Explain to me, bro.
Just a bunch of bullies. They weren't that good. They wasn't that good.
Listen, if I ain't love you like my son, I would have continued this topic. I'm gonna just act like since you were too young to really watch it, with the ability of knowing, not just watching like a kid and just being happy to see a guy score. I mean having the ability of having knowledge to break down games as you were watching them, because obviously you were still very young when Mike was really doing it. Very young. But what I can't give you is that you know what's going on now with LeBron, but I'm just sad that you couldn't watch Jordan's career the way you watch LeBron's. Because I swear to God, your perspective would have been a lot different.
Hey, he was my greatest of all time until the Warriors got beat in 2016 and Jordan got passed up.
Like I said, 3-6. There's a couple of championships you didn't really show up on. You definitely lay down in that Dallas shit. I'm trying to see whenever Jordan lay down. Please tell me when he lay down in any type of championship or playoff series.
86, 88, 89. How many years he got in trouble for gambling?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All because he lost doesn't mean he lay down. When Detroit Pistons beat him them last 2 times before, Jordan was able to beat him, look at them series and look at the fight that Michael Jordan put up, dog. That guy was getting killed out there. I mean, he was getting killed so much, he had to go to the gym, dog, because they was abusing him. That's not basketball, though. That was like jail ball back in the days. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, but y'all want to show footage of the shit that wasn't no contact. And anyway, you know what? I wish I had more time. I like your Rushmore, but you just got number 1 and number 2 fucked up. Beside that, you had a perfect Rushmore. Copy?
All right.
All right, yo, have a good day. Your free picks, say them again before you hang up, Noah.
That's it. Go ahead.
No, say your free picks before you hang up.
West Virginia with the point, plus 2.5, and Mississippi plus 7.
There you go, guy. That's Noah Parker coming back to the free pick segment. I'll talk to you soon, family.
No doubt.
All right. Yo, guys, I mean, listen, guys, if I'm excited, you got to work with me, man. I must have eaten up like so many LeBron guys that try to put him ahead of Jordan. I mean, it's to the point where, like, if I was to box, I'd be 14-0 right now. Or knockouts. Real talk. I wish I could get one of those TV guys, but they on my side. Stephen A's on my side. Skip Bayless on my side. The only one that's not is Shannon Sharp. And Shannon Sharp, if you can hear me, I will beg you to let me sit next to you and we debate this shit right here. Because you got jokes. I heard Shannon Sharp really try to be funny with it. But you know he ain't going to get me off because he know I'm going to roast him. Straight up and down. But hold up, let me get my next caller. I does this shit for real, man. Real talk. This ain't no TV image. I does this for real. Since a little kid, I've been stuck on that TV, enduring, loving, watching, breaking down. I does this shit for real, man. Let me call my next caller real quick. If I'm too excited, y'all work with me, man. It's that I love doing what I do, man.
Hello?
Felix Jacino, what's going on, baby?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? Going good.
Oh, baby, I don't know if you was tuned in, but I have to go at it with my son real quick, Noah Parker. Covered a lot of stuff, but then we ended up with that Rushmore. And for some reason, he got LeBron way ahead of Jordan. I don't know how he even configurates that shit. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good till he got to the final 1-2, man.
He was doing pretty good.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good, man. But, yeah, I got to agree with you, man. Jordan won.
Okay, Felix, let's skate over to another topic like we do on my show. We try to cover as much as possible within 1 hour. Let's go right into the MLB playoffs. I'm going to mention the series in your quickest form. Get in and get out because we got to hit the future series. Copy?
Copy.
Let's start off with the Minnesota Twins and the Astros. That's what my man Humpty calls them. The Astros. What happened to the Minnesota Twins?
You know what? I mean, it's mind-boggling because to lose 18 games in a row, I mean, I don't think that'll ever be broken, man. I mean, even when they lost 10 in a row, that was a record back then. But I think right now, man, I don't want to say mental because realistically, it's not the same team every year. You know, it's different players. I mean, for the most part. So, I mean, it's just I think it's bad luck, man. They just always run up against teams that are much better than them when it comes to postseason, man.
Felix, one thing I could say, brother, Minnesota right now was by far a better team than that Astro team. Astro didn't have Justin Verlander. For some reason, Lance McCullers, I don't know if he's hurt or they just didn't have him in the rotation. Then you lost Garrett Cole last year. You got Minnesota that was able to put out Berrios out there. I mean, how did you not win this series, man?
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to tell you, listen, there's few teams that can have a switch where they can have a mediocre regular season and they can get to the playoffs and they can turn on that switch. And that's the Yankees in Houston. And you know what? Houston's lineup, they still got a bunch of stars in that lineup, man. Houston, for me, is still a better team than Minnesota.
I know, but they just not hitting shit. But you know what? You made a great point. It don't matter if you didn't do it in the regular season. I mean, look at Correa. Correa went yawn that 1-1 game. So you're very right about that. But like I said, we got to touch on and get right out. Next series, my Bronx Bombers touching up Justin Bieber. I know Shane Bieber, but I call him Justin Bieber. Real quick, what happened in Cleveland?
You know what? I think the experience, man. I mean, postseason's a different animal. You know what? It was his first postseason game. I mean, the guy's never been there. I just think that, and also the Yankees came with a good game plan, man. You know, and that's where you know, like I said, there are teams that can switch it on when it gets to the postseason. The Yankees are one of them. They're a veteran team. They've been there, and you know what? They were prepared. The analytical people on that organization, man, they were dead on, man. They lay off the breaking pitch. You know, he you know, you swing at that breaking pitch, you got to hit his count, man. And they were waiting on that fastball, and they took advantage.
I'm gonna say one word, Felix. You ready?
Go ahead.
Savages. I'm gonna leave it just like that. We're going to go to other series real quick. We got to dip and dive. We got 13 minutes. I want to hit the other ones. Braves win 2-0 in a great pitch series between them and the Reds. You can't take nothing away from the Reds. Starting pitching, they were great all year. Ended up great in the playoffs. Could not score no runs in 22 innings. Real quick, touch that series.
Yeah, exactly. The Braves is been the second best team in the National League all year, man. That's why they're the second seed. And you know what? Their pitching's been excellent, man. So, you know, they're exactly where they should be.
My man, they really got a no-name rotation, because if you ask anybody last year who's Max Fry and Ian, who was it? Ian Anderson, something like that. I mean, who are these guys? Who are these
but
guys?
You got to remember, DJ, this is not a regular season. This is the 60-game season coronavirus pandemic season, man. So this is anybody can make a name for themselves in a short window, and so you know that's how it is, man. There's a lot of guys doing great stuff that we never heard of.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah,
real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. We gotta hurry up. Cheese Sox, Athletics. Athletics lost the first game. Giolito pitched the gem. Lost game 2 to Bassett. Game 3, Oakland A's came back 4-0 deficit. Great win for the Oakland A's, who haven't won since 1973, advancing in the playoff series. Touch them up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll tell you this, that Oakland A's and Houston series is going to be good. A's beat them 7 out of 10 games this year, man. So, you know what? I mean, I still think it's going to be the Yankees in Houston and the American League Championship.
We're not there, Felix, we're not there yet. We're talking real quick, Athletic Chief Sox. That's going to be my next question. Don't spoil it. So real quick, you love the way Oakland came back, right? And they came back and they handled their business against the White Sox, correct?
Correct, yep.
Okay, the Dodgers, we all knew the Dodgers were going to advance. It was just a matter of when. And I think the most surprising series, I mean, I thought Minnesota was very surprising, but the Fish going up to Chicago and beating them 2-0. Real fast before we move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, Don Mary should win the National League Manager of the Year, man. I mean, what that organization's been through, you know, early on, but yeah, man, what can you say, man? Let's go Fish, man. You know what? I don't think they'll advance, but you never know, man.
Okay, so let's go to our next series real quick. Braves and the Marlins. I need a prediction.
The Braves and the Marlins, man. I gotta say the Braves. But you know what? History always repeats itself, man. You never know if there's a Cinderella story out there, and it'd be nice to see the Marlins, man. Go further, but I don't think they'll beat the Braves.
Okay, so give me a prediction.
I say the Braves in 4 games.
Braves in 4. Now, LA Dodgers against St. Louis or the Padres. I'm going to say Dodgers in 4, whoever they play. And I'm going to say Atlanta in 5. I think the Fish sneaks out 2 games. I think they better than a lot of people think. I'll say Braves in 5, and I'm going to say Dodgers in 4. What you got the Dodgers?
I'll tell you this: if the Dodgers play the Cardinals, they'll beat them in 4 games. But if they play San Diego, I see it going 5 games. Listen, if there's an upset in the making, it's going to be San Diego coming out of the National League. But I'll say the Dodgers in 5 against San Diego.
This is the problem with San Diego. We don't know Clevenger's situation. I just heard he might be ready to pitch the next series, but who's to say what percentage of health he's in? And then Lamet, who's been like their best pitcher all year, is he eligible? Because if you're going to be putting Paddock, Stammen, them type of guys against the Dodgers, they ain't going to beat the Dodgers more than 1 game, dog. I'm telling you right now. They're going to need Clevenger and Lamet to make that a real good series. Copy?
Copy, I hear you. But, let's just remember, man, there's 2 sides to the coin. There's pitching and there's hitting, man. San Diego is hitting .333, the highest average of any team in the playoffs, and they've got 23 hits, and they're up there with the Yankees, man, as far as hitting the cover off the ball, man. So let's see what shows up, the hitting or the pitching. You don't know. Okay,
we're going now to what you were starting to talk about, the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros. Talk to us.
Yeah, man, that's hostile, man. If you remember earlier in the year, man, they had a brawl.
Yep.
Remember the pitcher, man, Mike Fires, man. That's the one that blew up the story with the stealing signs and everything. Yeah. And so that's going to be real interesting, man, because they keep hate each other, man. And so, like I said, and the A's beat the shit out of Houston 7 out of 10 times this year, man. So,
yeah, but feel it. You know as well as I do. I mean, you want to go there. The Rays beat the Yankees 8 out of 10. What the fuck that means?
Exactly.
What does that mean come playoff time? Gary Cole go out there, shut him out game 1. That shit don't mean absolutely nothing. You feel me?
Exactly. It don't mean anything. But I'm saying as far as the teams going out there and hating on each other, and who knows if it gets into a little bit more, more physical out there instead of playing the game of baseball. But like I said, I still think that Houston's going to come out and win that series. I'll say Houston in 5. Okay,
I'm a little upset with the MLB. I'm not really upset that they got 8 teams in each side. I know the wild card because I got a boy right now. He stopped watching baseball. He's really old school. He believes in 1 wild card game, and he believes in, I think, 6 that's supposed to get in. Once he heard 8, and then he heard the man on second, 7-inning game, he just stopped watching. I'm a little different. I didn't like it, but I was able to still watch. I didn't mind the 2 out of 3 wild card. I don't think that really hurt anything. But what I'm upset at is this second round should be 7 games, bro. I don't like the 5 games. I think the Rays, the Yankees has to be 7, just like the Athletics and the Astros has to be 7. Not saying that 5 won't be fun, but I think they should have started the 7. That's my opinion. But let's go to the next series. You said you like the Astros in 5, correct?
Astros in 5.
I'm going to take the A's in 4 or 5. Copy?
Copy.
Now we shifting over to the Bombers and Rays. Like I just said earlier, Rays won 8 out of 10. Rays and the Yankees got beef amongst each other. Rays are like the old Boston Red Sox team who try their whole life to beat the Yankees. So that's why they playing with a chip on their shoulder. They want, to them, a World Series is beating the Yankees in this series right here. Believe it or not. That'd be the World Series for the Rays. What happens in this series? Let me tell you real quick. You're going to have Gary Cole. You got maybe versus, I don't know if Snell's going game 1 or Glasnow. Then we got Tanaka versus maybe Glasnow. And then game 3. Who are we going in game 3? Are we going to Young Boy Garcia or J.A. Happ? I got to go with J.A. Happ.
I think you ain't go with Hop, you know. Because he's your experience. He's been there for. He had a good ERA this year. But you know, to add to it, man, that Tampa Bay outfielder, Kevin Canal, you know, I mean, he came out, I think, and said something like, you know, they hate us, we hate them, you know, and we're gonna be out there to prove that the evil empire is overpaid and overrated. So, you know, if that doesn't answer the fire, man, nothing does, man. So
Okay.
I'm looking for the Yankees to do some work, man.
Okay. Humpty's going to be very proud of me of this. He was very upset when I said the Rays will win the division and the Yankees would come in second. But I think he's going to like this. I got the Savages in 5. And it's going to be one of the most stressful series we had in a while. I like the way we handled Cleveland at Cleveland. I like what I seen out of Cole. I liked in game 2 when we were down 4 runs. And it looked very dismal. And we came back and won game 2. That right there is Yankee championship baseball. And I'm running with that. And I'm going to say the Yankees in 5. Copy?
I hear you, man. I got the Yankees, but I got them at 4. I think the Yankees are going to take care of their business. Like I said, the regular season is one thing. This is the playoffs. And you know what? That Yankee lineup 1 through 9, I think it's a classic, man. So I think they're gonna win in 4 games.
Oh wow, you really got us handling business like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Go ahead, brother.
Listen, man, the Yankees right now, I think they're primed for this time of year. They're primed. People forget, man. Well, not forget, but listen, they've been maybe some outs away or a game away going to the World Series the last 3 years, man. So, you know, they're facing it, man. And I think this team is complete, man. You know, and that lineup I think it's complete. The healthiest it's been all year, probably. So I think they're going to do some work, man. I see them beating Tampa Bay, man. I think it's going to be, in 4 games.
Right. What I'm going to say is, guys who watch my show on a regular basis know that I don't try to contradict. I said it's not a great setup for the Yankees. I didn't like the 60 game. That's why I said Tampa will win the division. I don't think it's our year to win. But like I told y'all, and I want you to look at me dead at this fucking camera. If y'all fucking think that I'm not going to be in this fucking room right here breaking shit, hoping that we win every game, y'all misunderstanding me. All I'm saying is, from a keeping it gully perspective, I just don't think we can overcome all the injuries, especially from our starting pitching. Because we mixed in Severino, we mixed in Paxson, Montgomery's never been 100%. You understand what I'm saying? So if we were to win it all this year, I would be so effing happy, I promise you. But I'm just saying, I don't think we're going to win it all. Am I wrong for saying that?
I mean, you know what? This is the kind of year where if the Yankees don't win it and they lose, you can easily say, well, everything you said, the injuries, the short season, and then it's also, if they win it, you can say, oh, they had the team, and they were favorites. So, I mean, you don't lose either way, either comment you say, but I think that the Yankees, I just think that they will represent the American League. I don't think they'll win the World Series because of what you said, because they're not complete, especially their pitching.
Listen, buddy, they get to that World Series, and you got to pay them Dodger Blue guys who lost 2 in a row, bro. Or 2 out of the last 3 World Series, whatever you want to call it. And one of them, they got cheated upon. It's going to be a sad sight. I'm keeping it real. I think Dodgers are going to roll through us, bro. Now, we had that full deck. Now we talking. Severino, Paxson, Tanaka in there in between with Garrett Cole, with all our relievers, with all our hitters. We ready to rumble. But not having our full deck and the Dodgers on full effing deck. And Kershaw, if he pitches anything like he did last night, because you know he doesn't show up in the playoffs, but if that Kershaw right there shows up, ball game. That's all I'm going to say. And with that, let's move on real quick. I'm going to go overtime with you. We're going to go to our regular conversation, which is Hall of Fame, or why he's not in the Hall of Fame. I got a name for you. Let me get right to him. We're going to go to Jeff Kent. Played 17 seasons in the major leagues from 1992 to 2008. He played for the Jays, the Mets, the Indians, the Giants, the Astros, and the Dodgers. Let me give you his numbers real quick before you elaborate on which side you want, either in or out. His WAR was 55.4. He had almost 8,500 at-bats, almost 2,500 hits, almost 400 home runs, 290 batting average, 1,300 run score, 1,500 RBIs, almost 100 stolen bases, on-base percentage 356, 1 MVP, 5 All-Stars, 4-time Silver Slugger. Talk to him, Jacino.
Wow, that's a tough one, man. Just Kent. Wow. Okay. You caught me off guard from that one, but I tell you this. I'm going to point out a few facts about Jeff Kent. First of all, he got drafted by Toronto in '92. He was the 20th round. So that means there was a lot of players, a lot of people taken before him. When he was traded from Toronto to the Mets, man, he got traded for David Combs, man, and that's what helped Toronto win the chip because he was a hired gun.
Copy.
So he got traded for David Combs. Jeff Kent throughout his career has always been traded for good players, man, because right after he got traded from the Mets, he went to Cleveland, and he got traded for Carlos Baeza. Then when he went to the Giants, he got traded for Matt Williams, the favorite of the Giants. So he's always been involved in trades with good players, fan favorites. But then, he put up some great numbers those years with San Francisco, man. Listen, between him and Bond, 6 years combined together, they hit more home runs than anybody, man. 479 combined homers together. Now,
that was a sick 1-2 punch. That definitely was.
One of the best 1-2 punch, man.
You had a righty and a lefty, or if you back Ken in back of him, or Ken in front of him. That was a 1-2 punch was sick. Another one, of course, was David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez, who are my favorite 1-2 punch. And I know guys are going to go back to the Yankees 1-2 punch back in the days. I understand that. But I'm talking about from when I visualize. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I like Mattery and Winfield, man. That was a nice 1-2 punch too, man.
Yeah, Humpty. Definitely. But a lot of people would have thought I was biased if I would have bring that up, being a huge Yankee fan. But go ahead, Felix, let's talk about on the field. Or do you think he should be in, yes or no?
I'm going to tell you this, man. Compare his numbers to all the second basemen in the Hall of Fame. He's top 5 in almost everything. But there's a problem I have. The problem I have is that every team he played on, he was never the main guy. He was always overshadowed by somebody.
I like that.
By another player.
That's deep.
When he played for the Mets, Bobby Bonilla was the man. There was also times when he played with San Francisco, obviously Bonds was the man. When he played with Houston, they had Bagwell and Berkman. When he played for LA, Norma Castiaparo was the man. So, he was never looked at as a superstar, the main guy on the team. And the Hall of Fame, it's funny how they vote people in because, usually they numbers, stats, 500 homers, 3,000 hits. That's like an automatic. But also, they look for guys who were generals, man, who were leaders, guys who play the game a certain way. And Jeff Kent is the complete opposite of what the Hall of Fame, interprets a Hall of Fame player, man.
Let me get this word in. Let me get this word in before I forget. Yeah, Humpty, I did say Biggio. Let me get this word in real quick. Now, I'm going to make an analogy. A lot of y'all might not follow. A lot of y'all might. In a baseball game, if you pitch in the game, right, and you're arguing, let's say, multiple strike calls, and you're looking at the umpire and you're throwing your hands in the air, do you think that helps you or hurts you? Yo.
In the game?
Yeah, let's say you pitching like tonight. Let's say I'm pitching a game tonight. And I'm arguing on every strike call that I thought was a strike and it wasn't. Is that helping me with the umpire or that's hurting me?
You be throwing out of the game, man.
No. Let's say you're not throwing out. Let's just say yes or no. Does it help you or hurt you?
I think that if you're a guy that's always
Felix,
complaining,
yes or no?
I don't think it helps you.
Well, it hurts you. That's it. You just say yes or no. My point is to get in the Hall of Fame, it's all the writers that do all that shit. All of the press, the writers. Then you got some people also ex-players. He was the biggest asshole I heard. I mean, the guy didn't want to give an interview. The guy was just simply an asshole. Even teammates said he was an asshole. And a lot of y'all might be like, Al, what that got to do with getting in the Hall of Fame? That has a lot to do with it because the people that are voting him in are the ones he treated like shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's like when you showing up the Empire, he basically showed these people up. And I think that's what's going to keep him always not in the Hall of Fame. Because I think he got enough numbers to squeeze in. But like you said also, he wasn't even a general. He had to be like a general of a team. Ernest Vega, you've been saying you leaving 3 or 4 times. God damn it, if you leave, leave, man. Don't keep saying it. But like I'm saying, Felix, Hall of Fame, they claim they don't use this. They claim they don't use the 300 average. I know, Humpty know. All that shit is calculated, dog. All that is calculated. And I think Jeff Kent's biggest issue is the fact that he was a super asshole. Because if he was a love type of dude and he led a couple of them ball clubs that you mentioned, I think he sneaks in, dog. I think the numbers are good enough. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, I want to end it with one note here. I'm gonna read you a quote real quick.
Hurry up, because we gotta shut it down. We gotta shut it down.
You don't put players into the Hall of Fame because they have a single record that defines them as a player. You elect players who play the game in a way that is exemplified as superior among the game's greatest ball players and the men that they played against during their careers. Jeff Kent is neither. That says it all.
Okay, so he's not in. Okay, let me answer Ernest real quick. Ernest Vega, it is the same topic. The point we're trying to make is why we think Jeff Kent is not going in the Hall of Fame. So if you're really paying attention, which I know you're not, you're probably zipping or smoking, focus in a little more because this has to do everything with him being in the Hall of Fame. The guy was a strict asshole. That's, to me, what prevented him from getting in. And with that, we don't want to overkill. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like I said, you could be doing anything else. Felix, any last words before you get out, bro?
Yeah, man. I mean, keep doing your thing, man. Love it, man.
Yo, likewise, and I love all you guys who keep tuning in. Happy Friday. Don't drink and drive. And like I said, every Friday we going to come at y'all. Continue to tune in because if you don't tune in, then you tune the fuck out. And with that, Al York Sports, I love y'all, man. And I got to be easy with the music because of some stipulations. But it's going to be all talking now, less music. Keep your head up. Love y'all, man. Al York Sports.